Hello YouTube world and welcome to my channel. The reason I decided to redo this video, this introduction video, is because I actually screwed up on the very first one. If you have listened to my first one, I do apologize because your left ear is going to hurt. Now, what I ended up doing on the first video is mind you, keep in mind, I was a noob. I mean, I still am a noob. But I was putting my equipment together. I put my PC together and my microphone and my interface and so on. And one thing that I learned is that the microphone that I have is a condenser microphone, which means that it's mono, not stereo. I hadn't properly changed my settings and so on. And it's taken this long for me to redo this video. One of the other reasons why I decided to redo the introduction is because the first one I made it way too long, and even this one, I couldn't shorten it anymore if I really wanted to. So a little bit about myself in this introduction. As the name states, my name is Carlos, or in the way we Latinos say it, Carlos. With you roll the R. Anyways, Yep, I am a Latino, born in Nicaragua and kind of raised in Canada. That's where I reside now. Canada's nice. It's a good place to live. A little cold, but it's good. Good people. So the reason I decided to redo this video, the intro video, is because I'm getting more and more into doing more videos. Now, some of the videos that I do is I do it in my way, in my style. I still consider myself to be a bit of a noob into ESO. Honestly, I am not an expert. I have a very long way to go to call myself an expert, for that matter. There's still a lot of things that I need to learn about the game and the mechanics and how it works. But how it all began, I've been playing ESO for about a year in the North America server. Before that, I was actually playing in the EU server with a couple of friends. The reason why I switched over to the North America server is just simply because the ping was a little bit high in the EU, and the other thing was the time difference. The time difference was drastic, so if I wanted to play with my friends in the EU, I would have to either stay up really late or get up really early. And just like everybody else, I have a day job. I have to work for a living. I do not plan. Well, I don't know. I mean, if it works out, great. But I don't plan on becoming or making YouTube or Twitch streaming my day job. I can't see that. I do that more of a hobby. So yes, I do stream live on Twitch just about on a daily basis. And that's why sometimes you'll see that my videos have the Twitch layout on them. So I'm not trying to promote. It's easy. Sometimes while I'm streaming, I just clip the part that I want to share, and I'll just share that. So anyway, so Twitch sometimes can make that a little bit easier than YouTube. On YouTube, my plans are to basically put videos together that I want to show, whatever it is I want to show. I have no agenda, to be honest. I'll just do whatever I feel like posting, unless somebody asks for some information or if they want to see something in particular. I'd be more than happy to help out. Now, my ESO career, if you want to call it that, began with my good friend Ink. Ink was kind enough to take me under his wing and show me the ropes. And the reason why I'm mentioning Ink is because he literally helped me, organize myself with ESO. And I say organized because Ink is ridiculously well organized. I'm messy compared to how Ink is, and if Ink one day watches this video, he's probably gonna get a good chuckle out of this. But anyway, so thanks to Ink, I've been doing I started right off the bat. I started doing writs, which, God, it used to take me hours to do the damn writs. But you know what? After learning how to use the add-ons and applying them the most effective way, writs are a thing that only takes minutes. So speaking of PC and so on, originally I started playing video games like anybody else through console. in the good old days where you had the original Nintendos, where you had the cartridges and you had to blow into them. Yep, that was me. I was one of those kids, and my little brother and I, we used to stay up really late playing Mario Brothers, and so we in Nintendo we played Zelda. When I say we, my brother and I, we played Zelda. Metroid Prime was one of my favorite games, and it continues to be one of them. Let me see, Zelda Tomb Raider. Oh my God, Tomb Raider was ridiculously tough back in the day. If any of you can relate to that, when you had to go and find stuff, climb the ledges, and there was no hint like it is now. Back in the day, you had to figure everything out all by yourself. So it was fun. It was great. It was a blast. Even to date, I still pull out my original Nintendo from time to time. But to be honest, now it's just collecting dust. All I do is play ESO. So one of the reasons why I have focused so much in ESO is because it's challenging. It's very, very challenging. I mean, I started knowing zero about this game. This is the very first game I've ever played into the Elder Scrolls franchise. It's the only game. I don't know anything about the lores. I don't know any of that stuff. So for me, a couple of steps behind. So, and I've come a long way. Now, what you're seeing here is me running VMA, and VMA is one of those things that I absolutely adore. You might think I'm crazy, you might think I'm nuts for saying what I'm about to say, but for me, VMA is one of those things where you can go in there and you are challenging yourself. It's you versus everything. These 9 stages. And I like that. I like the difficulty of it. It's a challenge. It's ridiculously tough. If everything was easy and given to you, would you really want to play a game where everything is handed to you so easily? I don't think so. Well, me personally, I probably would get bored of it, because what else would there be to do, right? So I don't go into VMA with the hopes of getting the best drops, because God knows the RNG in ESO is horrendous. But for me personally, what I'm focusing on now on VMA is getting the best scores. I'm a bit of I like to challenge myself, and I do believe in top scores, and if I can get into the top 10s, or heck, for right now, I'd be happy with the top 50. Actually, technically, I have been in the top 50s with my Templar here. But the plan is for me is just to keep doing VMA, not because I want any weapons. I already got all the weapons that I want. The only one that I'm missing is the Inferno Destro Staff Sharpen. I have a couple precise, but no Sharpen yet. But whatever. Like I said, I don't run VMA in the hopes that it'll drop. And if it drops, great. But for me personally, I run VMA simply because I like to challenge myself. I like to get better score. Before this, my best score was 494. And in this run, I finally I broke my best score, which is awesome. I mean, that's great. It's a great feeling. It's a great sense of accomplishment. So with that said, I do play other games very rarely. Some of the other games that I play or did play, but I'll figure I'll just mention them because eventually I can see myself going back to them. Not that I want to take a break from ESO, but it's just you gotta change it up from time to time. Overwatch was one of them. I played with my good friend Classic, and Diablo again. Classics is the one that helped me get into it. And it's a lot of fun, but right now I'm focusing on ESO. ESO has got me so hooked. The other game that I used to play, and I have invested so much time into, and it's not even, well, I guess it's comparable to the amount of time I've invested into ESO, is Final Fantasy. So the Final Fantasy franchise was one of the games when I was in high school growing up that I spent a ridiculous amount of time. I mean, I played Final Fantasy VII, but in particular, Final Fantasy VII. I spent thousands and thousands of hours playing that game. I played it over and over and over. I just could not get enough of that game. And I never thought I would get another game would hook me in and keep me in there, or interested like that game, until I started playing ESO. So now that I'm playing ESO, it's primarily the only game that I play. Now, when I started playing ESO, I focused more on the PvE content, you know, the storyline, the mechanics, and so on. I think for me, when I first started, it was the best way to start. Oh, and here we go. This is my best score, 508. I finally broke the 500k score, which is awesome. It's good for me. Yay for me. So when I started playing ESO, I concentrated primarily on the PvE content, and the reason for that is because I didn't even know how to put armor sets together. You know, you see a lot of people doing PvP, and good on them that you know they can put armor pieces together. They can put certain builds together that accomplish or complement their play style, right? See, when I first started playing ESO, I couldn't do that. I didn't know enough about it. So what can you expect in the future? What can you expect from my channel is quite simple. I'm going to throw up stuff that I like to share. Unless somebody asks for a specific thing, I'll be more than happy to share. I'm by no means, I'm not an expert, but I'm at the point where I'm starting to feel comfortable in ESO, and I'm definitely playing in the end game content now. And if there's anything you guys want to see, and I know how to explain it, I'd be more than happy to. But other than that, for the future, I'll probably start putting builds together and rotations and so on for PvP for some of my tunes, especially my Khajiit, my Stamina Nightblade. Oh god, I love that Khajiit. And go ganked. I'm gonna go learn how to go gank. And anyways, but stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be more things to come in my channel, and thank you for checking it out. And if you have any questions, by all means leave them down in the comment. Hopefully this intro video is a lot better than the other one. And I'll talk to you later. All right, have a good one. Cheers.